Have you ever wondered if there's an ancient source of knowledge so powerful, so mysterious, that it could change the way you see the entire universe? Imagine a single tablet said to hold the secrets of life, death, creation, and the cosmos itself. For thousands of years, mystics, alchemists, and spiritual seekers have spoken in awe of the Emerald Tablets, ancient texts said to be written by a god, hidden away for ages, and only revealed to those truly ready to awaken. This isn't just mythology or fantasy. It's a real part of the spiritual and esoteric traditions that have influenced some of the greatest minds in history, from ancient Egypt to modern-day thinkers. These tablets continue to spark curiosity and inspire deep inner transformation. In this video, we're going to explore the full story of the Emerald Tablets, where they come from, what they really teach, and why every spiritualist today should pay attention to them. This is more than a history lesson. It's a journey into the heart of ancient wisdom, a decoding of sacred knowledge, and maybe, just maybe, a key to unlocking something deep within you. So sit back, open your mind, and prepare to dive into one of the most fascinating spiritual mysteries of all time. This is the full story of the Emerald Tablets, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. To truly understand the Emerald Tablets, we must begin with their origin. And the truth is, their beginnings are wrapped in deep mystery and legend. Most sources trace the writings back to an ancient figure known as Hermes Trismegistus, a being often associated with wisdom, alchemy, and divine knowledge. He is said to be a fusion of the Egyptian god Thoth and the Greek god Hermes, both messengers of the divine and guardians of sacred knowledge. According to legend, Hermes Trismegistus was not just a wise man, but a master teacher. Some even say he was a god in human form. Others believe he was an ascended being who came to guide humanity during a time of spiritual darkness. He was believed to possess deep knowledge of the universe, of life and death, and of the connection between the material and the spiritual worlds. The Emerald Tablets are said to be one of his most powerful teachings, etched into a green crystalline tablet, made of an unknown material that could not be destroyed. These writings were not long or complex, but incredibly rich in meaning, filled with symbolic truths that only those with open eyes and an awakened spirit could begin to understand. No one knows exactly when the tablets were written. Some scholars say they appeared in Arabic texts as early as the 6th or 8th century, But even those versions claim they were much older, tracing their roots back to ancient Egypt, maybe even to the lost city of Atlantis. Many believe the tablets were hidden away for centuries, protected by secret societies or mystical guardians, until the time was right for their wisdom to re-emerge. During the Middle Ages, the Emerald Tablets were translated into Latin, and it was during this time that they began to shape the world of alchemy, magic, and spiritual thought in Europe. Thinkers like Isaac Newton, Roger Bacon, and later, occultists like Aleister Crowley and Madame Blavatsky studied these texts deeply, searching for clues to divine transformation, immortality, and the ultimate truth of existence. But what made the tablets so captivating was not just their mystery or origin. It was the power of their message. It was said that the one who understood the tablets would become the master of reality itself, able to control life, death, time, and space, able to rise beyond delusion and return to the source of all things. Even today, the question remains, were the Emerald Tablets real physical objects, or were they symbolic, a spiritual tool encoded in myth and legend to guide seekers on the inner journey? Either way, their story has survived for centuries, crossing cultures and ages, whispering a message that still calls to the soul of every spiritual seeker. This is why the Emerald Tablets matter, and why their mystery continues to draw those who are searching for something deeper, something ancient, something eternal. Now that we've uncovered the origins and mysteries surrounding the Emerald Tablets, it's time to dive into the heart of their power, the teachings themselves. What do the Emerald Tablets actually say? And why have their words resonated so deeply across time and culture? One of the most famous lines from the tablets is this: as above, so below, as within, so without. This simple phrase holds an entire universe of meaning. It teaches us that the microcosm reflects the macrocosm, that the universe and the human soul are mirrors of each other, that the patterns we see in the stars are reflected in our thoughts, our emotions, and our spiritual evolution. This teaching invites us to look inward if we wish to understand the outer world. It reminds us that by mastering ourselves, we gain influence over the world around us. It's not about control in the traditional sense, but about harmony, balance, and alignment with the natural forces of creation. Another powerful concept in the tablets is the immortality of the soul. The Emerald Tablets speak of a divine essence within each human being, something eternal and indestructible. While the body may die and decay, the soul continues on, evolving, learning, growing through many lifetimes and experiences. This is where the idea of reincarnation finds deep roots, not as punishment, but as a journey of awakening. The Emerald Tablets also speak of unity, of the idea that all is one, and one is all. It teaches that separation is an illusion of the material world. In truth, every person, every being, every particle of matter is connected to the same divine source, the same universal mind. And that realization brings us into a state of love, compassion, and deep understanding. Another central theme is transmutation, but not just the turning of physical lead into gold, as in traditional alchemy. The tablets focus on spiritual transmutation, the transformation of our lower nature into our higher self. It's about refining our thoughts, emotions, and actions, purifying them until we align fully with truth, with light, and with divine purpose. The Emerald Tablets speak of vibration and frequency, teaching that everything in the universe vibrates, nothing is truly still, and that those vibrations create our reality. This is a concept echoed in modern science and quantum theory, but here it's presented as a spiritual truth. If you wish to change your reality, you must first change your vibration, raise your frequency, and align yourself with higher energies. Time and space are also spoken of as illusions, constructs of the physical world that do not exist in the higher realms. The tablets describe time as a spiral, not a straight line, suggesting that everything is happening simultaneously in different layers of reality. Past, present, and future are connected. And by tapping into higher consciousness, we can move beyond the limits of linear time. The teachings also include clear guidance on self-mastery, that the path to wisdom and spiritual power begins with inner discipline. The master is not someone who controls others, but someone who has learned to control their own thoughts, desires, and fears. It's about rising above the noise of the world and finding peace within, even when chaos surrounds us. There is a deep call in the Emerald Tablets to awaken, to remember who we truly are, to see through the illusions of the material world and reconnect with the eternal self, the divine spark that lives within us. They remind us that we are not here by accident. We are not just bodies or minds. We are souls on a mission, travelers on a cosmic journey, guided by higher laws. And perhaps most importantly, The Emerald Tablets remind us that truth is not found outside, in books or temples or teachers, but within, deep within the stillness of our own being. The words of the tablets are not just to be read, they are to be meditated upon, lived, embodied. They are a mirror for the soul and a map for the seeker. These key teachings have inspired mystics, alchemists, and spiritual teachers for generations, not because they give easy answers, but because they point us toward the questions that truly matter. Who am I? Why am I here? And what is the purpose of my soul? As we move deeper into the mystery of the Emerald Tablets, we enter the world of symbolism and interpretation, because while the tablets may appear simple on the surface, their true power lies in what is hidden between the lines, in the layers of meaning that only reveal themselves through contemplation and inner experience. Every phrase, every word, is like a code waiting to be unlocked, and different spiritual traditions have offered their own interpretations of what the tablets truly mean. For some, the tablets are a literal guide to spiritual transformation, a manual for awakening the inner light and achieving immortality. For others, they are symbolic messages from a higher consciousness, offering insight into the structure of the universe and the human soul. One of the most important symbols found in the Emerald Tablets is the concept of light. Light is not just physical brightness. It represents divine wisdom, consciousness, truth, and the essence of the soul. When the tablets speak of becoming one with the light, they are describing the process of spiritual awakening, the moment when the seeker transcends ego, illusion, and fear, and reconnects with their true, eternal nature. Another key symbol is darkness, but again, this is not just the absence of physical light. Darkness represents ignorance, confusion, fear, and the illusion of separation. The tablets often speak of the battle between light and darkness, but not as a war between good and evil. Instead, it is a journey of integration, of bringing awareness to what is hidden, and finding balance between the seen and unseen worlds. The sun is another powerful symbol in the tablets, not just as a physical star, but as a source of divine energy. The sun represents the higher self, the spiritual fire that burns within. It is often linked to the idea of ascension, of rising to a higher state of being. Following the sun is like following your inner guidance, your divine purpose, the light that calls you forward on your path. The serpent is also mentioned, a symbol that appears in many spiritual traditions. In the tablets, the serpent is not only a symbol of temptation or danger, it also represents knowledge, rebirth, and transformation, like the ancient Ouroboros, the serpent eating its own tail. It symbolizes eternity, the cycle of death and rebirth, and the never-ending path of evolution. The Emerald Tablets also speak of the halls of Amenti, a mysterious place described as being beneath the earth, a realm of hidden knowledge, rest, and transformation. Some interpret Amenti as a literal underworld, while others see it as a symbolic state of inner stillness, where the soul goes to regenerate, to remember its purpose, and to prepare for the next stage of awakening. Even the material of the tablets themselves is symbolic. Emerald is a crystal associated with healing, clarity, and heart-centered wisdom. The idea that such powerful truths would be etched into emerald suggests that the knowledge they hold is meant to heal the soul, to open the heart, and to bring us into alignment with higher truth. Interpreting the tablets is not about finding a single meaning. It's about exploring the connections between symbols, experiences, and spiritual truths. Many mystics believe that the tablets were written in a language of light, that the deeper meanings can only be unlocked through meditation, through silence, through direct connection with your higher self. The symbols in the Emerald Tablets speak to us on many levels, intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, and even subconsciously. They activate something ancient within us, something timeless. They don't just teach, they awaken. They remind us that true knowledge is not about collecting facts. It's about remembering what the soul already knows. That's why interpretations vary so widely, because each person sees the tablets through the lens of their own experience, their own level of awareness, and their own spiritual journey. And that's the beauty of it. The Emerald Tablets are not there to give you rigid rules. They are there to spark your inner fire and guide you toward your own inner truth. As we step into the modern era, the influence of the Emerald Tablets continues to grow in ways that are both surprising and profound. Despite being ancient in origin, their teachings are more relevant today than ever before. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and spiritual confusion, the clarity and depth of the Emerald Tablets offer a powerful compass for those who are seeking something real. Many modern spiritual teachers have drawn from the Emerald Tablets. Consciously or unconsciously, their words echo the same timeless truths found within the text. Ideas like energy, frequency, vibration, and consciousness are now being discussed not just in spiritual communities, but also in scientific and psychological circles. People are beginning to realize that the wisdom of the ancients is not outdated. It is foundational. In the world of modern metaphysics and the New Age movement, the phrase "as above, so below" has become a cornerstone belief. This idea helps people understand that our inner world creates our outer world, that our thoughts and emotions shape the reality we live in. And this understanding is now being supported by studies in neuroscience, quantum physics, and holistic health. Many practices today, such as shadow work, meditation, energy healing, and even breath work, are rooted in principles that can be traced back to the Emerald Tablets. The focus on self-mastery, transmutation of negative energies, and connecting with the divine within are all central teachings that have become pillars of spiritual practice in the modern age. The concept of reincarnation and soul evolution, once considered fringe beliefs in the West, are now widely accepted in spiritual and psychological circles. People speak of karmic patterns, soul contracts, and past lives, all of which mirror the teachings found in the tablets. We are slowly coming back to the ancient understanding that the soul is eternal, that life is a journey, and that every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Modern alchemists have also redefined the idea of turning lead into gold, now seeing it as a metaphor for inner transformation. It's no longer about the pursuit of physical immortality or material wealth, but about spiritual awakening and the pursuit of higher consciousness. This inner gold is what modern seekers are truly after. The awakening of the light within. Even in popular culture, echoes of the Emerald Tablets can be found in movies, books, and art that explore hidden wisdom, ancient mysteries, and the quest for inner truth. Characters who seek enlightenment, face the darkness within, or discover the power of the mind are all modern archetypes shaped by ancient stories like that of Thoth and his teachings. Technology has also played a key role in spreading the influence of the Emerald Tablets. Thanks to the internet and global connectivity, more people have access to these ancient texts than ever before. They are being studied, interpreted, and shared in countless languages across the world, creating a growing wave of spiritual awakening and collective remembrance. The tablets have inspired online communities, podcasts, courses, and entire movements centered around personal transformation, sacred geometry, esoteric knowledge and consciousness expansion. There is a hunger for truth, for depth, and for spiritual alignment. And the Emerald Tablets have become a light for those walking that path. In psychology and wellness spaces, the teachings of balance, self-awareness, and emotional mastery found in the tablets are being applied in practical ways. People are learning to manage stress, heal trauma, and develop resilience through the same principles taught thousands of years ago. It shows us that ancient wisdom does not belong to the past. It is alive, it evolves, and it speaks to every generation in a language they are ready to hear. And perhaps most significantly, the Emerald Tablets have reawakened the idea that each person is their own master, that the journey is inward, and that true wisdom cannot be given, it must be discovered within. In a time where many look outside for answers, the tablets quietly guide us back to the source, to the truth that lives inside every human soul. As we approach the heart of this journey, we come face to face with the most important question of all. What lessons can we take from the Emerald Tablets to walk the spiritual path more consciously, more courageously, and more truthfully? These lessons are not just abstract ideas. They are living principles that can shape the way we see ourselves and the world around us. The first great lesson is the power of inner transformation. The Emerald Tablets remind us that true alchemy is not about changing metals, but about changing ourselves to rise from darkness to light, from ignorance to wisdom, from fear to love. That is the real work of the soul. It is not quick, it is not easy, but it is sacred, and every step forward brings us closer to who we truly are. Another lesson is the importance of mastering the mind. The tablets speak often of thought as a creative force, a divine tool that can build or destroy, liberate or enslave. We are reminded again and again that to change our reality, we must first change the way we think. When we learn to direct our thoughts with clarity, discipline, and purpose, we begin to shape a life that reflects our highest self. We also learn that knowledge without wisdom is empty. The Emerald Tablets are not a call to collect facts, but to embody truth. They teach us to walk the path, to live the teachings, and to integrate what we know into how we speak, how we act, how we love, and how we serve. It is not enough to read the words. We must become them. There is also a lesson in humility. Thoth speaks not as a god to be worshipped, but as a guide who once walked the same path we are on now. He reminds us that enlightenment is a process, that mistakes are part of the journey, and that wisdom is born from experience. We are not expected to be perfect, only to be sincere, to keep going, and to keep growing. One of the most powerful teachings from the tablets is that we are not separate from the divine. We are not broken beings trying to become holy. We are eternal sparks of light, temporarily lost in illusion. And the spiritual path is about remembering who we are, removing the veils, and awakening the truth that has always lived inside us. The Emerald Tablets also teach us about balance. They speak of the harmony between light and darkness, between the seen and the unseen, between the physical and the spiritual. On this path, we are not meant to escape the world, but to live in it with awareness, to find the sacred in the ordinary, and to walk as bridges between heaven and earth. And finally, they remind us to seek the light always, not as something outside of us, but as a presence within, to cultivate it through meditation, through silence, through kindness, through discipline, and through love, and to share it with others, not by preaching, but by being, by embodying what we have learned in a way that inspires without forcing, guides without controlling, and heals without judgment. As we come to the end of this deep dive into the Emerald Tablets, I hope that the wisdom shared today has sparked something within you, whether it's a new perspective, a deeper understanding, or an inspiration to begin your own journey towards spiritual awakening. The teachings of the Emerald Tablets are not meant to be learned in a day. They are a lifelong process, and every step you take on this path brings you closer to your highest self. If you've found value in today's exploration, I invite you to take this wisdom and apply it to your own life. Take a moment to reflect on the lessons you've learned and see how they can shift the way you think, the way you live, and the way you connect with the world around you. Because true spiritual growth happens when we not only understand the teachings, but when we live them out in our everyday actions. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Share it with those who may benefit from this knowledge. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content on spiritual growth, ancient wisdom, and personal transformation. Your support helps to bring more videos like this to life, and we can continue exploring these deep teachings together, one step at a time. And if you feel called to go even deeper into these teachings, be sure to check out the resources linked in the description below, whether it's related books, articles, or courses that can help you on your journey. Take the time to nourish your mind, body, and spirit, and always remember, the true path of wisdom begins with a single step, and that step is yours to take. Thank you for watching. May the light of the Emerald Tablets guide you, and may you continue to evolve on your spiritual path. Until next time, stay centered, stay connected, and keep seeking the truth within. Take care.